The poem Death Be Not Proud by Donne is called the Holy Sonnet 10. It's set around the theme that death is unable to corrupt the eternal soul. The poet debunks the belief that death is a victor, explaining it cannot kill him. It can merely rest his weary body and free his soul to heaven. That is, the theme of the poem is death is not mighty or dreadful, whereas the human soul is immortal and death is not a free agent. It requires something to show its might or power. Now this poem has got lots of figures of speech. For example, Apostrophe, where the poet addresses death. Alliteration. Anaphora in line 7, 10, 11, 12 and 44. Enjambment in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12 and 13, 14. Paradox. Death itself shall be no more. That is, death itself shall die. Personification, where the poet personifies poor death, fate, chance. Assonance. Thou thinkest thou much more must, bone and soul, slave to fate and desperate men. These are the figures of speech used in the poem. There are lots of images too. Now let's start the poem in detail. Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful. So the poet is addressing death by calling it death be not proud, though some have called thee, you, mighty and dreadful, mighty, powerful, for thou art not so, thou, you are not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow, die not. He says that you think that you have overthrown some people, that is killed, defeated or conquered, they do not die. Poor death. Nor yet canst thou kill me. And then the poet says, you cannot even kill me from rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be. So now he's saying that rest and sleep are similar to death. They closely resemble death. And soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bodies and souls delivery. That is, soon, yes, some of the best men, they do go, they depart from the world. That is, their body is tired and therefore it needs rest. However, the soul has been delivered from their bodily prison. And then, thou art slave to fate, chance, kings and desperate men. That is, the poet addresses death by saying that it is a slave. It cannot do the work by itself. That is, it is a slave to fate, luck, chance, kings and desperate men. That is, kings can order executions. Desperate men or criminals can kill people. That is, death itself cannot do anything on its own. And dost with poison, war and sickness dwell. That is, you live with poison, war or sickness. And poppy or charms can make us sleep well. That is, those people who are used to taking drugs made out of poppy, or who are in a magic, who are under the effects of charm, they also sleep well. And better than thy stroke, why swellest thou? He says that your touch, that is, you think that you are killing human beings. No, he says, no, you are not doing so. Why swellest thou? That is, why do you feel so proud? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more, and thou shall die. And he says that death is simply a short sleep. Again, metaphor. He says we wake eternally. That is, after death we wake in the other world where there is no death. And death shall be no more. That is, in the other world death will not be there. Death thou shall die. Now this is your paradox, where he is saying that death you will not die. Now this poem has been written as Shakespearean sonnet, having 3 quatrains and 1 couplet. That is, the poet expresses his point of view in the first 3 quatrains and then goes on to complete the poem with the couplet. I hope you have understood the poem, and we are going to do the exercise in the description. I'll be giving you multiple choice questions, reasoning, and few specimen of short questions, so you can just read and revise. I think I'm quite late in making this video. However, if you see these videos, it will be of some value added to your knowledge. That is, you people have already studied these poems in your regular classes, so I'm just adding a little value to your existing knowledge. Take care. All the best for your coming exam. Bye bye.